So I'm usually in my car when I'm recording my shenanigans. So I have a piece that's called Tanetta Shenanigans, or I'm just with my business, and so everybody's used to me being in my car. It's usually where I get more peace, and if I'm driving, I'm pretty much at peace while I'm driving. But I've decided to get on and be a little bit more vulnerable, so I may have to pull over because I feel the water welting already, and I'm about to go over a bridge. So to get straight to the point, I'm going to exit and go from here. I have a really soft place, but for the most part, I project confidence and strength, and just a very strong exterior. And that's not always true. People come up with their own ideas about you and what they believe based on what you present to them. And a lot of times I do present that. I get very emotional. I cry often. It's not a weakness, but I don't often do it in public. It's a very great space to be in the presence of someone's tears. For me, that's what I believe. I believe for someone to be that vulnerable and share that type of information, or that type of feelings, rather, whatever they're sharing, the information they're sharing and the feelings that it's projecting, is an honor for you to be in the presence of it. And so for me, it's an honor for me to be in the presence. And so knowing that these videos are public, I did this journey for me, and then if it inspires someone to be motivated, inspired, encouraged, I'm pleased. I believe that my life is a living, walking, talking testimony, and it may not resonate with everyone, but for whoever it does, I'm pleased to be the vessel. I'm always in the helping field, and I always believe in the analogy of, if you were throwing all the starfishes back into the water and none of them were revived, but you saved one, it was worth it. Alright, so I bought some time so I could pull over. I really have a strong exterior, and I'm usually strong for everybody else. And because of that, it is really difficult for people to see me vulnerable and weak. Sometimes people project it as, oh, that's not real, or they really don't know how to handle it, because I'm usually there for them. I'm trying to see what this hue is. Not really sure what this hue on the camera is, so sorry. Bring it a little darker. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm ADHD. So, I have ADHD, so I get a little, sidetracked. But this was strictly, I came on this morning strictly to say, I have a video floating that's been uploading since yesterday, and it talks about, my anger and being able to take reign on, those demons we fight. Everyone has them. And this morning I was in prayer, and honestly, I know I've shared a little bit, but My assault was from a female who was feeling some kind of way about me. That honestly has had time to hate me. She has despised me from the very beginning because of who I am and how that was affecting her. I have no control over what was going on in her life, in her situation, but my presence was very known to her, which she gained a lot of bitterness. So she assaulted someone, and I stepped in to pull them back, to protect them. And trust me, I was frustrated that night. When you're telling somebody, please go away, go away, go away, and they won't, and you're like, let me pay you off to leave. Like, if I give you some money, can you leave? Since she was claiming she had items. And when you're protecting children, you know, your animal instincts, as in a mother hen protecting her chicks. She has no arms, but yet she'll peck you. She'll peck the crap out of you. And I definitely felt the need to protect my honorary stepsons. The assault took place faster than I could even process what was happening. I don't even remember, but my jaw got hit. I earned scratches and swelling on my neck, an abrasive hit here. And through my clothes, she bit my breast and held on like a pit bull. And when someone was trying to get her off of me, I could feel my skin ripped. And I literally was in awe that I, in the beginning, had no idea that the pressure that I was feeling was somebody biting me. I had so much adrenaline, and I was in so much awe of what was going on. I didn't even notice. And I think that I'm a pretty tough chick. You know, I've been raised by a pretty tough dad, but I also have a very loving, comforting, subtle, calm, ladylike mother. And I've been groomed to love first. In the heat of the moment, people may not notice that, and I get that. But I will do whatever it takes to kind of avoid the situation first. I will even get to the space where you've upset me and I'm saying, please leave me alone. Could you leave? I'm going to leave. Whatever. And that's not what happened. She refused to leave. She wanted to fight. She wanted to engage one of us. And especially her bitterness towards me showed in the bite wasn't like somebody just biting somebody. She literally was gnawing me. And all this time that it's happened, been about 3 weeks, I had this scar on top, and I was trying to figure out where'd that come from. This bruising below, and I had this scar on top of the bite. And it took a while for me to figure out that it was her tooth. Maybe she tried the first time and missed it, and then went for me again. I've taken pictures to watch the progression of it healing, knowing that I'm going to have this scar of a whole mouth on my breast for the rest of my life. It's been really, really difficult because every time I change, I try to take light in it and go, it's okay, and this too shall pass, and God is healing me, and it could have been worse. But it is a really difficult healing process. It's really difficult. And this morning, I prayed for the young lady. I have no intentions on not pressing charges because of her bitterness, her anger. That needs help. That definitely needs help. And I pray that she gets everything she deserves, meaning the help she needs. That's what she deserves. She deserves for me to find some kind of way to forgive her. And I'm working on it. But she also deserves true, genuine prayers. And I do that with all my heart. Because everyone deserves God's forgiveness. And this morning I prayed for her excessively. I prayed for lots of people. And I prayed for her. And I prayed for others. I prayed for other enemies. Because I know that God leads me in the path of righteousness, and He prepares the table in the presence of mine enemies. And the whole point of Him preparing the table in the presence of the enemy is to know that we rise above that people who put you down or hurt you or despise you, the Lord is Lord and King of Kings, and He will protect you and set your enemies at your footstool. He'll set you above. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been energy drinking this morning. The set above that God is giving me is not that I'm better than her or anybody else, but that He's given me a heart that loves unconditionally no matter what. My flesh deals with some of the issues with this young lady. Even some of the good things about her. There are good things about her that make me smile and make me hurt that she would be. I've never met the young lady before. Well, the young girl. Definitely unladylike. I've never met her before, but she definitely knows of me and who I am. And not because of me. She just is very well aware of my presence, on who I stand for and what I stand for. And her bitterness and jealousy towards me, it again, is not my issue, but apparently became I had to be defensive because of it. So I just wanted to share, because I did know that it's still struggling with uploading, and I come on very happy and whatever, and as though things don't trouble me the same way, but it's not true. I hurt, I cry, I struggle like everybody else. I definitely fall from grace often. Remember, grace is just the favor that God gives us that's unmerited. Like, we didn't earn the grace. And even though God gives me so much abundant grace, I definitely fall and struggle with my own issues, my own curses and demons and desires, ungodly desires, whatever. They're my sins and my flaws. But I, like most people, have them and struggle through them. But I can't be no more real, authentic than to be authentic in every single last way. I do pay attention to my surroundings, especially when I'm somewhere foreign, so I do look away for that reason, and sometimes it's tough watching myself. But I just wanted to set the record straight in case anybody saw the videos and just understood. Yesterday, someone may see me crying and really going through things, and today they may see me and are like, she's fine. Just because strong people look fine doesn't mean that we are fine. I spend a lot of time by myself when I'm doing videos, so it's easier for me to be happy-go-lucky and smile. But I don't know this young lady, and people that you do know, you think you know, and then you see a new light on them, and they may not come to full capacity maybe a year or two later. So I find myself worried, having somewhat kind of paranoid feelings when I see a car that looks like hers. I panic. My friend said the same thing. When I see people that resemble her, I start to question, like, why am I outside anyway? I should be in the house quarantined. When I hear noises in the house, I'm back in a space where what it felt like with domestic violence, and running from that situation, those familiar spirits are coming back. Those spirits of fear, those spirits of paranoia, those feelings of lonely because I'm dealing with this by myself. So keep me in prayer, and to those of you who are going through things that are similar, stay encouraged. For those of you who have been through something similar, send me encouraging words. I heard a wonderful sermon this morning with Redefine TV. I definitely planned on commenting on it. I wished I could have done it in the moment, but when the Spirit was moving, but I was doing my morning walk, and so I hope to get back on and do my comments about that later, because it definitely was speaking to my spirit, and I definitely want to share it so I may see it again. All right, take care. God bless you, and may the good Lord keep you in his favor.